Life happens. You start studying for the PE Power exam, you get busy at work, your personal life takes over, and suddenly the momentum is gone. The biggest challenge is not necessarily the test material, the scope of the exam, the depth of the exam, the nature of the questions, or the topics or concepts that you are preparing for. It is consistency. So how do the PE Power candidates successfully power through a multi-month study project and avoid getting frustrated when the content, especially the conceptual depth of the PE Power exam, gets overwhelming? Based on my experience and observations, I've seen 5 core disciplines that candidates have to master in order to pass these exams comfortably. Starting with just 15 to 30 minutes of daily studying, why resilience is important, then raw intelligence, and how you can use a built-in progress tracker to hold yourself accountable as part of your PE Power exam preparation. So without further ado, let us dive into these 5 important ingredients that you need in order to pass the PE Power exam on your first attempt in a fairly short period of time. These are the 5 things that are pretty much always common amongst the students who pass these exams in a relatively short period of time. First and foremost, they have a very high level of commitment. They prioritize passing these exams over a lot of other things that are going on in their lives. This motivation sometimes is extrinsic in the sense that their employer may be asking them to pass these exams for a long time, and they might have been putting these exams off. Maybe it is part of their promotion requirements. Maybe their next salary increase is tied to getting the EID certificate or getting the P license. Typically, if you want to advance within a technical capacity, getting a P license is one of the best ways to get a slingshot effect for your career growth. The second common factor amongst the students who get these exams done in a fairly short period of time, the ability not to get distracted or frustrated when the preparation gets tough. And if we individually talk about these exams, they are conducted in a similar format, but they're drastically different. FE Electrical and Computer exam tests you on your 4 years of undergraduate engineering coursework. You have 110 questions on the exam that need to be completed in 5 hours and 20 minutes. That roughly translates into 3 minutes per question. And the range of topics is very broad. You have mathematics, you have probability, ethics, stats, engineering economics, properties of electrical materials, circuit analysis, power systems, linear systems, control systems, computer systems, practically your entire undergraduate engineering coursework being tested in this exam. Now compare this to PE Power exam, which is focused on power systems engineering. It does help that on PE Power exam, you get 8 minutes per question. You only have 80 questions, so the weightage of individual questions is higher, and you have 8 hours. That translates into 6 minutes per question. And also the topics are focused on power systems engineering, so there's a lot of overlap and synergy between different topics. But the level of difficulty, the depth, the conceptual nature, the thoroughness of your understanding gets truly tested on the PE Power exam. So the students who are able to motivate themselves in face of challenges associated with learning some abstract concepts, working on tons of practice problems, and not giving up when they feel overwhelmed during the preparation, tend to get these exams done in first attempt in a fairly short period of time. And that brings us to our third point. Students who take on these projects and demonstrate an element of consistency, ability to stick to a routine and a schedule, not for a day, not for a week, not for a month, but for multiple months, tend to stay on track and get the job done in the first attempt in a fairly short period of time. Now, time management, schedule optimization, focus and attention are broad topics. In my opinion, the best thing that you can do in order to develop a schedule is to get started. Start with as little as 15 to 30 minutes of studying on a daily basis for the first week. Increase it to an hour per day and then hour and a half per day. The typical target that I give my students when they're going through the live training program is to average around 15 to 20 hours per week. Now, some students are able to complete the course content during the weekdays, the lectures, the quizzes, the mini exams in less time, whereas for others, it may take a little bit more time. But the key over here is consistency. And the unfortunate fact is that life is going to happen. You may get busy at work, with your personal life, with your personal commitments, social engagements, and unforeseen circumstances. But you have to make sure that you bounce back, that you do not break your studying streak. And to hold yourself accountable, you can track your studying sessions in a spreadsheet, in a notebook, or by any other means that you find helpful. Within my FE Electrical and PE Power programs, there's built-in progress tracking. I also provide my students downloadable spreadsheets so that they can rate every single knowledge area as easy, medium, or difficult, and that helps them stay on track. In short, the key to passing FE Electrical and Computer exam and the PE Power exams is consistency. My fourth observation is that students who book their exam as soon as they enroll in my program and mark a date on their calendar tend to actually actively work work towards that target and are more likely to take the exam in a shorter period of time as compared to students who keep their exam date floating. The simple reason for that is that by paying the exam registration date, maybe even letting your supervisor, your workplace know about the fact that you're going to be taking a day off in order to take this exam, makes these projects a lot more real. And for some folks, it may also translate into a little bit of healthy pressure. In my opinion, it also provides you greater amount of clarity that allows you to focus on the goal with greater intensity. And the fifth and the final observation is that students who fully utilize effective exam preparation resources like my FE Electrical and Computer and P-Power exam preparation programs are able to streamline their efforts, stay on track, and get the job done sooner rather than later. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. On a weekly basis, I'm creating content for FE Electrical and P-Power exam preparation. I also discuss topics related to electrical engineering with a focus on power systems engineering. If you'd like to learn more about my FE Electrical and P-Power exam preparation programs, please visit my website, studyforfe.com.